Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome adventurers to a components overview of Storyteller, March of the Damned, 2025 brand new super edition. Today what I want to do is go through all of the different components of Storyteller March of the Damned and tell you what you're going to get in the box. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is show you the game board. So the game board comes in three different bits. You've got the beginning, the middle and the end. These are your chapters. The chapters to your story. In the beginning you've got the beginning and then a boss. In the middle you've got the middle and the boss. And then at the end you've got the end of the boss. Each chapter is a different length. So from the story card at the start, you've got 3 spaces between you and the boss. In the middle you've got 4 spaces and in the end you've got 5 spaces. Those are your story chapter boards. You also get, in the current 2025 edition, 3 separate bosses. So you've got the Skeleton King, the Spectral Lord, and the Rotten Earl. Each of these has their own special enemy trait, or boss trait, which allows them to act a little bit differently to each other. You've then got the enemy decks. So you've got Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. So each of these different tiers of enemy are more and more difficult. Tier 1 being the easiest, and they've got like this bronzy colour. Tier 2 being medium, and Tier 3 being the hard ones. You've also got different variations of enemies within that deck. So each of these has like a Tier 1, 2 and a 3 variant as well. Next we've got the exploration and combat encounter decks. So each exploration encounter is a little bit like a sort of, usually a riddle or something like that, I would say. You've got a little bit of text up here, and then you've got a choice to make, usually 1 or 2 choices, sometimes more, sometimes none. Then you've got the combat encounters. So combat encounters are very much the same, they've got a little bit of story, but then it just tells you what enemies to set up for combat. This here is the battlefield, so you've got a space for enemy 1, enemy 2, enemy 3, enemy 4 and enemy 5. You've also got the turn order here, and then what your encounter decks there. So when you place an enemy here, you would get his HP and his defense. Just put them there like that, and that's your enemy setup. These are your turn order tokens. Say we have an adventurer, in this case the fighter, and 1 enemy a la the Spectre. Let's ignore these 2 for now. That would be your turn order. So from here we're going to talk about the characters that we have and the character sheets. Each character, you've got the fighter, the assassin and the mage. Each character has their own set of skills as well as an additional skill. That's the front of your character card. You've got your main stats here as well as the class trait, and then you've got the back of your card. So the back of your card is a list of skills. You can either use the skills that they're supposed to have, that they are suggested just here, but then you've got options to customize your character further by changing which skill you use in that slot instead. And that's basically it. Each character has their own set of skills. So the fighter here has a level 1 attack skill, a level 2 attack skill, a level 3 utility skill, and a level 4 utility skill. When you compare that to, say, the assassin or the mage, the assassin is more of a damage dealer, so has more attacks. The mage is more of a support role, so has more support spells. You've then got the additional skills here. That just allows a little bit of customization for your character as well. Each character also has their own unique character sheet. At least in the box, you'll get this little square one, which is double-sided. There is an option to print just a basic one on the website as well, which will just be A4. All the same information, it just looks a little bit different. On the fighter's character sheet, you've got the name, the race, the weapon skill and agility, as well as the base attributes, the modified attributes, a note box, your perks boxes, and your skill points and your gold pouch as well. So you get skill points and gold for defeating enemies, bosses, and doing your encounters and stuff. Just to revisit the characters, you've got these action points. And I'm going to use the fighter as an example again. So each skill has an associated action point cost. The action point cost for the fighter's basic attack skill charge is 2. So if you're going to use that on your turn, you would remove 2 of these action points, take those away, leaving you with 4. And then on your next turn, you get 2 back. You've then got the meat of the content of this game. I'm going to just do this because it's a hefty little thing. That's a lot of cards. These are weapons, armors, potions, stones of various magical descriptions and all kinds of things. From there, we've got your help cards. So these denote the different actions you can take during combat, as well as during the story. You've then got defense tokens and HP tokens. So this is how you track how much like life force or stamina you've got left. There's a set of dice for everybody. So you've got a set of yellow, purple, white, and red dice. You can choose them for whoever. Then we've got your pawn. This is your party marker, so this will show you on the board where your entire party is. You can't split the party because, as everybody knows, that's a bad idea. So your pawn helps you track where you are on the board. You start in the beginning, hopefully. If you're starting at the end, you're doing it wrong. So the first thing you'll do is, as an example, I'll put a little card on there. You start here. And you would have, as an example, some tokens set up on these little spaces here. Every time you move onto one of these spaces, you'll draw a card, read the card, and do the thing. It also costs you 1 week to do so. So there's a time limit in this game of 52 weeks. Every time you move one, that's a week. So there'll be 51 weeks left. If you complete the encounter and move on to the next one, for example, flip that over, you would drop that down again. If, for whatever reason, you lost in this encounter and had to go back again to the story card, that would cost you another 2 weeks. And that's how you lose the game. It's the only way to lose the game is by running out of time to save the world. So moving around the board, you may find one of these wonderful little gems. The backs of each one will have a campfire space, but you might also find double gold or double SP, as well as a relic shard. So double gold, double SP, SP skill points. It's fairly self-explanatory. You'll get extra SP for doing that encounter. You also have these relic shards. So relic shards are used to get the best gear in the game. And that's basically everything. Everything you get in the box so far, except from the rulebook. There's your rulebook. The rulebook is absolutely the core of everything you need to know in the game. The main thing to bear in mind with a lot of these components is that everything you need to know is written on the cards. So all your extra actions in combat, their little help cards, everything for your equipment and how to use them, it's all written on there. So you shouldn't have to reference the rulebook every 5 minutes like other role-playing games. The only thing you will need to reference in the rulebook, generally speaking, is going to be this, which is your perks list. So once your character reaches level 10 or level 20, you can pick a perk and you'll read it from there and write it on your sheet, and that's it. Everything else you need is written on the cards for you. So that's everything that you get in the 2025 edition of Storyteller March of the Damned. This is the prototype at the minute, so we expect to round out some of the content. Hopefully there's going to be more enemies, more bosses, a few more items and things like that. But this is the gist of everything that we have in the prototype edition at the minute. I'm looking forward to seeing what you all think of it. And any questions, drop them in the comments below. Bye! Watch my boobies jiggle. Shake up the sillies. Come on, juggle your balls! Right, I think that'll do. I need to have my knuckles on because I've been fighting, apparently. That's your story chapter card. Story chapter, whatever we call it.
Chapter parts.
It's going to be such a chore to edit this. I feel like that weatherman. You know, the guy who was like, we're going to move over to Ipswich. And it's 14 degrees in Ipswich. And then we're going to jump up. You remember the guy from Good Morning TV? He was like, I'm so going to enjoy editing this together later. Bye! Alright. The only thing that you will need to reference it for is the perks list, which is handily printed on the back of the sheet. No, it's not. That's a glossary. Ha!